Well, hello, 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 and good afternoon to all of you that are joining in with us on today. We feel so blessed to have you spend some quiet, a few little moments with us on this afternoon. It is Elevation Moments with Victoria, and I am so glad to see you uh, chopping into November the 1st. November the 1st, and I apologize, I'm trying to multitask here, but so super excited to have each of you join us during your quiet time. Most of you may be at lunch right now, others of you may be taking a break. If you're a serial entrepreneur like me, you take out that time during the day to do what you need to do for yourself and for those that are a part of what you're doing. And I'm just super excited to have the opportunity that it is November the 1st. November the 1st, 2023, y'all. Can you all say that we have something very positive that we can be excited about and be grateful for? Some people say it's Hump Day Wednesday. I'm going to say that it's not Hump Day Wednesday. I'm going to call it Wednesday warming because, I got on my fuzzy socks as I'm sitting here working, and getting some things done. But it's actually Wednesday warming. And what that means is it's time to warm up to some things about yourself. Elevated, not tolerated means to rise above anything and everything that has held us down and has caused us to feel inadequate and has done so unpleasantly. But my friends, with you and I together, we rise above all those things because it's time for us to be empowered, embraced, and educated to be elevated and not tolerated. So we like to give that disclaimer out there whenever we have the opportunity, because it's important to know that while you are in this place of being elevated to your next level, that you have to understand that you're not alone in this journey, right? We had our first master class on this past Monday night. It was absolutely freaking amazing. If you missed it, I do apologize, but you definitely have the opportunity to join us on this Saturday at 12 o'clock for an encore presentation of the same information that we shared on Monday night. If you did join us on Monday night, you are phenomenal people. I hope that you are still pushing it up and kicking it to the next level for you to do what you need to do in order to push forward with this within your own means of understanding your own authenticity. And see, this is the thing. When you're being the real you, when you're being the real authentic you, it doesn't matter who it is or what it is, because at some point in time you got to understand that it is as about you sharing the real person that you are, right? And a lot of times we get help, we get stopped and we get held up, and we even start self-sabotaging ourselves when we start talking about who's helping us and who's supporting us and who's doing whatever for us, right? The true fact of the matter is, are you supporting your authentic self first? And if that's the case, then everything else will fit into place. Everything will fit into the puzzle when it's necessary and how it's supposed to be. Not everybody's for you, and not every you for everybody. So it just means that you have to continue to push to that next level and see the greater good in you and be able to process that on another level. So today we want to talk about, we want to encourage those of you that did not sign up for the Monday night class to be sure to go out there and sign up for the encore class that's on this coming Saturday at 12 o'clock. And just in case you may have went out there looking and you didn't, and you really wasn't sure what it looked like, and because most people are now visuals, so like myself, I'm a visual person. So if you missed the flyer, you're not sure what the flyer looks like, let me help you out. All right, all right. So that's the flyer that you need to be looking for, and we'll also drop that link here so that you can also, copy that down so that you can go ahead and register for the class. It is going to be held at this coming Saturday, like I said, at 12 o'clock. You do not want to miss that opportunity, and if you are interested in getting your extension and being a VIP, we do have the VIP package is still available for those who want to participate in that and be able to get your 90-minute consultation with me, your elevation session. We want you to be able to get that. That's also available still, and you can get that for as well. You can sign up for the Saturday class and still get the opportunity to register for that VIP package out there. So we want to keep everybody in tune to what that looks like. So make sure you go out there and register. If you've done so, please, please, please go out there and join, right? Also, we want you to make sure that you tell individuals, other people that are interested in joining the program, that they can also go out there and register for the class as well as the 90-minute coaching session. Excuse me, I'm multitasking, y'all. Y'all know how it rolls if you're a serial entrepreneur. So we want to talk about, I want to bring forth some things that we talked about at the workshop just to give you a little insight, right? So we're going to talk about 3 points today. And this is something that we kind of mentioned in, if you were at the workshop, we talked a little bit about this then, but we're going to bring some things to the plate that we want you to understand. That there's 3 things that you can always kind of look at when you're being the authentic you. There's 3 things that you can look at when you're pushing yourself to that next level and elevating your own self up to that next level. And it's all about being self-aware. It's about being sure of yourself enough where you know that you can actually depend on yourself to push yourself, even at those moments when there's nobody else around. And a lot of times that's the thing that we all fall into. What do we do when we're by ourselves? How do we talk to ourselves? When do we bring ourselves back to that next level of respecting our true selves and giving ourselves a true place, a true identity? And when we start thinking about that, it's sometimes hard because we're trying to continue to please other people versus pleasing ourselves. And sometimes that's the hardest thing, is that we're pleasing other people, which is why we have the new book that's coming out. And it's, we're waiting for them to ship it and drop it to us so that we can go out there and tell you that it has arrived. But guess what? For those of you that have not did your pre-orders, you can go ahead and pre-order right now. We're going to give you that information so that you'll have that as well. We don't want you to miss anything with what's coming up with our events, but the people pleasing book is out there. It's out there for you to pre-order. You can pre-order this beauty, and here it is. That's it. Stop. We're going to stop walking on those eggshells, and we're going to break the silence of people pleasing, because it's time to do it, guys. Too many times we get hung up in that and we're not able to push ourselves to that next level. And we're going to always continue to tell you about this one specific part: going to the tap root and going to the root. Going to the tap root and going deeper into the root. Because anytime you're breaking barriers in your life, you have to understand Where did it come from, right? Where did the people pleasing process come from? It came from a root that came from somewhere in our life, in our journey, that causes us to do that. And so we want to make sure that you're understanding how important it is to break those barriers. Stop the foolishness, guys. Let's stop the foolishness with people pleasing, and that goes from the pulpit to the corner store. We say it all the time. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what the title is, your title or anybody else's title. If you're in that process of being insecure and in feeling inadequate for yourself, is a part of people pleasing, and you need, and it's self-sabotaging. There's a lot of things that we can attach to the words with it, right? And we're going to start tapping into some of those things throughout the next couple of weeks. We're going to start talking about what's on your table. What is actually physically holding, what is keeping you on your table that may not be on your table. You know, we take specific portions of scriptures and we always talking about it, but do we actually know what that really looks like to the true eye? What is on your plate? And we're going to be talking about that because it's important to identify an issue and break the issue, right? So today I want to talk about these 3 points, and then we're going to roll it out and we're going to do some other things. Because on Wednesdays, you can always look for us on Wednesdays at 12 o'clock. We're going to start posting out when we're going to be on live so that those of you that want to join us and follow us, you'll be able to have the opportunity. Starting next week, we will have some classes that are early. There will be group sessions, if you will. There will be early in the mornings and some late in the evening, so that you'll be able to get some feedback. We'll open it up into a private chat group that you can be a part of so that you can start joining us on a regular basis. We will be continuing doing the lives, but we'll also be doing some lives that will be recorded for you so that you can just look for them at a specific time. But we will be posting the times that we will be doing elevation moments. But Wednesday specifically will be done at 12 noon. We'll want to, this is going to be your lunch break time. So today we want to talk about these 3 things. The first thing is self-compassion. I want you to understand it's an essential aspect of warming up your self-worth. You know, you got to do something that continues to kick you up to that next level. So, because sometimes we're looking for other people to find the value in us, but have you found the value in your own self? Have you looked at yourself from a different perspective and saw the greatness in you? Because truly, honestly, and not trying to hurt nobody's feelings out there, self-worth is exactly what it is. What you think about you, the value that you put on your own self. People, places, and things will never give you that same gratitude, the same excellence, the same point of value that you want for yourself. If you're not believing in yourself, it doesn't matter if it's family, friends, or foe. It doesn't matter if they are a part of it or not. You got to be able to, warm your own self up. It's treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would give somebody else. See, the thing is, when we start thinking about self-worth and we start thinking about all of the other aspects of being a part of this journey, you have to think it from a perspective of, if you were talking to somebody else, what would you say? Right now, let's be careful with that, because some people don't know how to talk to anybody. Some people don't know how to support anybody, and that's okay. But what you're doing is building a positive environment for yourself. You're talking about how you, as a positive journeyer with me, that you will be able to build a positivity in your own self, so that when you're looking at your own self, what do you expect others to do, right? See, this is the thing. We say this all the time. We don't care what anybody think or say or do. And that's typically true for me. I really don't care anymore. But the aspect of it is you get to a point where your value of yourself is more important. You're looking at yourself from a different perspective that empowers you and embraces you to be the best part of you. So when you're talking about that self-compassion, talk to yourself as if you were talking to that person, that dearest person or friend that you want to help empower and educate and embrace. Think about it from the perspectives. If you stepped outside of your body and you had to talk to yourself, how would that look like? Be mindful of your self-talk and avoid those negative self-criticisms that we often do. Because a lot of times we do that. We criticize our own self based on the negativity that we have incurred from people, places, and things outside of our purpose. right? You got to understand that it doesn't matter from the pulpit to the corner store, from every family connection that there is, that it's always a place that if you start talking negative to yourself, it's because you have felt the negativity around you. Empower yourself to have positive things around you, even in a negative situation. If I sat here and told you some things right now about my past and my present, you'll be like, wait a minute. But you're the motivational pop-up queen. You're exactly right. You know why? Because I've gotten to this point now that I've understood that some people will never know your true value. Doesn't matter how much money you give them, it doesn't matter how much availability you give to some people. If you are not keeping yourself in a place of positivity, you can be brought down, and that can turn into a whole different picture for you. It's because when we make mistakes or we face a challenge, remind yourself that it's a part of being human. Too often we listen that people, places, and things tell us about all the mistakes that we've made in our life. Right? As a parent, I will never tell anybody I've been a perfect parent. I'll tell you that I did what was necessary at the time that it was necessary to do it. And this is the thing. We as individuals have to look at that same aspect. Sometimes we make mistakes based on not having the proper information, not having the proper resource, and not having the proper wisdom to get that piece taken care of. Oftentimes we are in that place where we just are moving forward and we're not understanding how important it is for us to be able to move to that next level. Hey, Miss Deborah, thank you so much for joining me, my dear friend. You are absolutely correct, and good morning, beautiful, to you too. And this is the thing, Betty Brown. Hey, hello, how you doing? But at the same token, this is a place where we have to get to understand. When you make a mistake, just face it. Just own up to it. But then don't beat yourself up. Because a lot of times that's what we do. We will fight ourselves over and over again about something that you made a mistake in. But when I tell you that, that's when you start setting true boundaries for yourself. We've talked about this before. Setting those true, authentic boundaries will cause us to see things on a different level. I don't know about you. I don't know who I'm talking to on today. But when I tell you that mistake that you made yesterday does not have anything to do with the person that you are today, it has nothing to do with where you are growing right now. I'm telling you, it is a point, a place, the things where we need to understand that God is moving us to be a better person for who we are. Stop worrying about the naysayers. The naysayers will always be there. Own up to what you know for yourself. Practice that self-compassion because it can help you accept your own imperfections, and it builds a more positive self-image for yourself. You have to look at yourself in a different place. Having compassion and feeling the love for yourself is one way of understanding your true authentic person. The authentic you is showing yourself that you know when there's some times that you've made a mistake and you got to take that challenge and you got to remind yourself that you're not going back down that road again. How many of us keep going to the same revolving door and just keep going around and around in circle with no anticipation, with no evidence or proof that you're not going to get off that spinning wheel? Right? It's like a carousel. It just goes round and around and around. But when you stop to have compassion for yourself, when you say to yourself, I am good for who I am, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. It doesn't matter what anybody else believes. But what do you believe about yourself? That is one of the reasons why we're doing the class. That is one of the reasons why we're bringing people to the table and helping people understand how important that when you build your true authentic self, that you are able to move to a different level. Many of us will never go to another level until we understand who we are to ourselves. That's true self-worth piece. Understanding what you need to do to make it happen. Some of us will never make it happen until we start realizing that we are worthy of our own self-worth. We are worthy of the people that we are, right? God created us to be specifically who he created us to be. But show yourself some compassion. Show yourself some inner peace. Show yourself that it's okay to have made that error, but you won't make it again on tomorrow. Okay? Or if you do, you're going to change your steps. So we talk about goal setting, we talk about peacemaking within ourselves, but do we actually stop and do what we need to do? See, I exactly, Deborah. I am good with who I am. See, the thing is, if you never hear anybody say it to you, you have to continuously say it to yourself. I am good to me. I am wonderful and to me. I am special to me. Why? Because if you wait on others to give you that validation, and this is something we're going to continue talking about, validations and boundaries, because those are things that keep us in a place of stagnant. When we're talking about personal development, when you are constantly not you're constantly feeling that you need to be validated by other people, places, and things instead of being validated by the person that's most important, yourself. Have you stopped and took a validation test for yourself? Have you said what is great about me and speak it into existence? I'm telling you, it's important that we stop drilling ourselves with the negativity and increase the positivity in us. The second thing I want to talk about is positive affirmations. And we just showed you a few of those just now. Using positive affirmations can be powerful tools to boost your self-worth. Creating a list of affirmations that resonate with you and reflect your desire for self-worth. See, a lot of times we get all of everybody else's of affirmations. Don't get me wrong. I have my own affirmations out there too that people can purchase as well. However, you have to critique those to meet your expectations of yourself. Too many times we fill ourselves with all of this information that we do nothing with. But when you can sit down and develop affirmations that reflect you, and this is something that we talked about in the class the other night, developing true affirmations that reflect what you value for yourself. For me, I just told you part of my affirmation. Elevated, not tolerated means to rise above anything that has made us feel inadequate. That's a part of my affirmation, that I'm going to rise above what anybody else thinks of me. And I'm going to rely on what I think of me. I think I'm an amazing person, even with my flaws, even with my crooked eyelash. Well, I don't have eyelashes on. With my crooked eyebrow makeup on. With my what I want to say, with my indiscrepancies on any level. This is the thing. But when you start talking positive about yourself and you start hearing yourself say that I am who I am, I believe in Victoria and my abilities. When I say that, I believe in me. I believe in me. Okay, guys, this is the thing. When you say I believe Victoria and I am Victoria and my abilities, and Victoria, deserve happiness and success. When you start repeating certain affirmations over for yourself, when you start increasing your positive verbiage to yourself, positive verbiage. Okay, let me slow down. Let me say that again. When you begin to speak positive verbiage to yourself, you are able to enhance what's on the inside of you. What's on the inside of you is craving to be pushed up. What's inside of you is asking you more questions about the inner. Do you understand the person that's on the inside? Well, you have to speak to that person. Positive affirmations will increase people's abilities to understand who we are. I'm speaking to the person on the inside. I'm speaking to the elephant in the room, if you will. People use these hefty cliches, but do you understand how important it is really to speak positive to yourself? Let me tell you, if you can do nothing else, say something positive to yourself right now. Look at your own inner self and say, I am Victoria. You are a beautiful chick. Victoria, you are successful and you are going to places that you have never experienced in your life. Victoria, there are doors opening to you and that I can see the doors in front of me. When I speak just those few affirmations to myself right now, everything that was negative before me getting on this live is no longer a part of where I'm going for my future. See, the thing is, you got to understand where you're going, who and why you're going, and who you're going for. See, this is the thing. When you're talking these positive affirmations to yourself, are you speaking? Who are you really speaking to? See, I'm speaking to myself because over and over and over again, I've had the maybe not so nice of a pleasure of not understanding why people, places, and things do not get along. I don't know about you. Sometimes having those moments where you're uncertain and and you feel inadequate. Sometimes what happens with that is that you begin to look at other people and say, "What is wrong with me?" There's nothing wrong with you. Can I be honest? Speak positive to yourself. Tell yourself that there is something greater about you that nobody else will understand but you. When you begin to speak those type of affirmations to yourself, when you begin to tell yourself how wonderful you are, when you begin to speak it, it will become a part of manifestation. I had a conversation the other day with one of my former apostles, and one of the things that I enjoy is when a person says, "I am concerned about where you're going." See, this is a thing. If nobody's concerned about where you're going, then you got to be concerned of where you're going for yourself. And that means you have to start speaking positively to yourself. Go down to that taproot. Go to that little person on the inside that continues to wants to grab you down. There's people inside, there are people in around you that have that crab mentality. Can I be honest with you? Until you start speaking positive affirmations to yourself and telling yourself that it's time to release it's time to release the hold that the crab has on you. Break the barriers, my friend. Start speaking it. The Bible says that the power is in this tongue, right? What we speak shall come to pass. What we hear will come to pass. What we say about ourselves is a part of manifesting what we see for ourselves. If you continue to see yourself broke and brokenhearted, you will remain broke and brokenhearted. I speak to that spirit right now that you speak positivity to yourself. Why? You say, "Miss Victoria, why are you on that kick today? Why do I need to speak positive to myself?" Because there's some people that you're waiting to speak positively to you about. That ain't going to happen, boo. It is not going to happen. It is, look, I don't want to hurt you, but I got to bring this to the revelation to you. Some things people are never going to speak positivity about, but that doesn't mean that they don't see the positive in you. Sometimes people are stuck on what you did in your past, and that's why they're going to keep you in the past zone. It's time for you and you and you to move to that next level. It's time for you to start speaking what you desire for your own self. This past weekend was my birthday. Many people sent me messages and said, "Oh, what are you doing for your birthday?" And, "Oh, why?" Look, this is a thing. Positively, let me say this to you. I was comfortable at any place that I was at, right? Even when a good friend of mine, and she's out there, Coach Stephanie, said, "Come on, I put some clothes on. I'm taking you out for dinner." That made me feel good because in my mind, I spoke positive affirmations all through the week of my birthday. You know why? Because when you get to a certain level in your life, when you get to a certain age in your life, you expect people to do certain things. But baby, when it don't happen, you got to keep on moving. Because if you leave yourself in a negative standard, that's where you will always remain. Speak positive to yourself. Talk to that inner man or woman on the inside. I speak to every man, woman, boy, and girl. It is time for you to speak positive to yourself. Say to yourself with me right now, "Victoria, I believe in myself. I believe in the success that God has planted for you. I believe it. Victoria, I see your doors opening. Victoria, I see that you are moving forward in an atmosphere where people that will gravitate to you are positive pushers. Because in this season, Victoria, I see that you are climbing a different mountain. And this mountain is that of peace. We're going to have peace no matter what it takes. And most of us have to get to that place where we understand that our peace is set on these boundaries. Affirmations and having true self-compassion for ourselves, that means that you are setting the atmosphere. You are setting the atmosphere for us to be able to see things on a different level. Miss Betty, thank you for joining us this afternoon. It is a time and a season where we speak positively to ourselves. Stop waiting on everybody else. What is your true value to yourself? Because you can speak it all day and you may never have the people that you really want. We have to move forward to that next level. We have to start understanding that we have been given a gift from God, that we speak life into our own selves. I speak prophecy over my own self that I will not be in the same place I am now. Is it a bad place? No, but it's not the place where I want to go. I want to go higher in what God has planned for me. What about you? Is it time for you to start having that warming feeling in your being that knows that you can hug your own self and know that you're secure? See, this is the thing. If you're waiting for the pew to do it, it ain't gonna happen. If you're waiting for the reunion to happen, it ain't gonna happen. If you're waiting for it ain't going to happen. It starts with inside of you and me. What we are looking for starts inside of you, what you and I desire. And this is the thing. If you are seeking God, He will continue to download to you what is positive to you. Some of us are waiting, and we don't. Some of us are waiting for you to look at yourself and say that you are great and wonderfully made. I don't know who I'm talking to today. I don't even know what your circumstances is today. But what I can tell you is speak positively to yourself. Allow yourself to be open to positive and close the door to negatives. I posted something the other day that you would rather be a side piece than to have peace. I don't know what you mean, coach. What is you talking about? That doesn't mean being the other woman, being the other man. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is stop siding, putting yourself in a side piece position where you keeping yourself undercover. You can't be happy with going by yourself. You can't be happy if you ain't got Johnny John and Sister Sally with you. You can't be happy if you ain't got your children with you. You can't be happy if you ain't got your cousin with you. You can't be happy if you ain't got your best friend with you. Can I be honest with you? I am learning at 61 years of age. If ain't nobody gonna go with me that I know, I'm going to keep moving anyway. You know why? Because sometimes you can move more effectively without the naysayers. I don't know who I'm talking to today. Maybe it's you. This is the thing. When you release naysayers out of your life and you start speaking positive to yourself, guess what's going to happen? You're going to start seeing manifestation of the good works coming to you. I don't. I can't stress this enough. I don't know who this is, or is it for somebody else that's going to watch later. But when you stop worrying about those naysayers, because baby, those naysayers will kill you. Stop being a side piece. What does a side piece do? It's always undercover. What is a side piece? What's a characteristic? Always waiting for somebody else to rise them up and hold them and love them. A side piece is the other one on the outside. See, not being the one on the outside, but being the one on the inside of who you are. Stop waiting for somebody else to put you first in their schedule. Put your own self first in the schedule. Set your own self up to be excellent in who you are. See, this is the thing. When you walking in that stepping stones and you're clicking rocks out of your way, this is the thing. Stop worrying about it. Because there will be some people that you will never hear good morning to. Stop being that side piece and have peace with who you are. I don't know about you. I don't know who needs to hear this more. Maybe it's just me. But at the same place, I'm going to speak positive over my own life. I don't care if you don't like it. I don't care if you don't share it. I don't care anymore. Because at the end of the day, you got to understand where you are going is more important than where you have been. Where I was 30 seconds ago is more important than where I'm going to in the next 30 seconds. Because as long as I have breath, I'm going to have peace with who I am. I'm going to stop walking on these eggshells. See, this is the reason why the book, I can't wait for it to be in your hands. Because when you start pushing to that next level, when you start allowing yourself to be the best part of who you are. My t-shirt used to say this, I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to reproduce it. I'm going to have it out there again. Stop The best part of waking up is not Folgers, baby. Don't get me wrong. I love my Folgers coffee, but Folgers ain't my best. Folgers ain't the best thing. If Folgers ain't the best of who I am, Folgers is not what's creating the best in me. Folgers is the best coffee, but baby, the best part of waking up is not Folgers. It's me looking at the true self me. It's looking at who I am. It's who God designed for me to be. Hey, Ginger, been a long time since you've joined us, girlfriend. So happy to see you. Love those beautiful pictures I saw of you. Look, check this out. When you can speak positivity over your life and you let go of the negative nannies in your life, the doors of opportunity for the right people to come in your life will happen. The next positive self-building course is building positive relationships. If you can't speak life into me, y'all know if you're in my class or have been in my classes, I say this all the time. If it's not helping you grow, I need you to let it go. It is people, places, and things. From the pulpit to the corner store, from your family to your enemies. You have got to understand that walking in this next level of your destiny requires you to be positive. It requires you to hear the positivity that you want to see come forth in you today. Look, this is the thing. I don't know about you. I don't know who I'm talking to this morning, but I want to ask you this question. Have you stopped and asked yourself what is wonderful about you? About you. Not me, but you. Look in your mirror. Ask yourself what is good about you? To you. Ask yourself the question. Because you're the one who's holding yourself back. You're the one who is not allowing yourself to be the best part of waking up. You are allowing yourself to sabotage the good that God has planted in you. I'm telling you, it's a time and a season for us to warm up ourselves and have a luncheon date with ourselves. Baby. Can I say this? Where's Sylvia at? When I say, baby, look, let me tell you, try on some new shoes. Try on some good things. When I say try on some good things, say I am the best. The cheerleaders from Martinsville Bulldogs back in there say, I am the best at all the rest from the north, south, east, and the west. I don't know about you, but I am the best. Be your own cheerleader. Stop waiting for everybody to cheer you. Because, baby, if you're speaking positive affirmations to yourself, you can be the cheerleader that you need to be. Because there's some people that will never cheer you on. They will sit down and they're waiting for you for your demise. They're sitting and waiting for you not to move up to the next level. They're sitting and waiting and saying you're not qualified. But, baby, I come to tell you that you're more than qualified, because the Bible says that you're more than a conqueror. So today I'm telling you that you are more than good enough. You are more than a conqueror. You are more than the best. You are the super best. I don't know about you. It's gone a whole nother way. When I tell you that it is time for you to look at yourself in a different perspective, it's time for you to understand that you were created for greatness. Why? Because you are what God said you are. It doesn't matter what nobody say. Like I'm going to say it again, from the pulpit, the corner store, to every reunion and say union. I don't care about that, because at the end of the day, the real people will show up for you. Let me tell you this other part. This number 3 is setting up, and it's time for you to set and achieve some small goals. Accomplishing small goals can provide a whole significant boost to your self-worth. What does that mean? What are you saying, Coach? Start with achieving something that you want for yourself. Huh? What you mean, Coach? What you mean? Setting a good place for your boundaries. You said, well, how can I do that? Stop relying on the things that didn't work. If it didn't work last week, it's a good idea. It might not work this week if you have not changed the trajectory of how you look at it. Celebrate your successes, my friend. No matter how small they are, celebrate you. Celebrate the access in you. Celebrate the success in you. Celebrate what your next venture is going to look like for you. Stop waiting for everybody, people, places, and things to celebrate with you. Celebrate yourself. When you begin to celebrate yourself first, I guarantee you that you will have more opportunities to celebrate somebody else. Baby, I'm telling you, I spent 60 years celebrating everybody else. This 61st year, baby, y'all gonna see more celebration about me. And bragging rights, yes, it's okay to have bragging rights about you because nobody ain't gonna do it for you. I will. Let me stop. Well, hold up. Wait a minute. There's a few of us that do celebrate other people. I celebrate everybody. I celebrate everybody's birthday, even when nobody celebrates mine. I celebrate in advance. I don't wait till the day of because, like, check this out. Your birthday comes once a year, doesn't it? So why are you going to wait until the day of to celebrate? You already know. Every day is a celebration. Every day is a celebration, my friend. But you got to set that in perspective. See, if you're still waiting for Billy Bob and Sally Sue to come and celebrate you, you may not get Billy Bob or Sally Sue or Choo Choo and Cuckoo to celebrate you. I promise you. There's a good possibility. There's a good probability that you won't. But when you start looking at setting goals, and in the goal setting goals process, complete and add in the celebration station for yourself. And what does that mean? Take out an opportunity every day to celebrate something that you've done. My celebration day for today is I got up. I don't know about you. That's a celebration by itself. The fact that I rose on this morning. He gave me breath and I rose this morning. Warm it up to your own self and say, I deserve this. I deserve to be happy. I deserve for the naysayers and them other jokers to go to the other river. Say to yourself, baby, I celebrate me. I'm celebrating the best of me. I'm celebrating when look, Lucy, look, Lucy. I'm celebrating the opportunity to say to you that this is the best part of waking up. The best part of waking up is allowing yourself to celebrate you when nobody else celebrates you. Because at the end of the day, people, places, and things can make promises and say all kinds of things. But until you learn how to enjoy yourself, and that's where I'm at right now, enjoying myself, you got to learn to enjoy yourself. Hey, Deborah, I got out of bed this morning. That's a celebration. Let's go ahead and party. Let's go ahead and break that down. Yes, we got to learn to keep on moving to that next level. We got to learn how important it is that when nobody else picks up the phone and calls you, when the phone doesn't send a text message, when there's nothing out there, you got to celebrate yourself. When I put my books out there, when I put my post out there for my classes and different things, I celebrate my own self. Not if nobody buy one book, if nobody don't come to attend the class, I celebrate that I accomplished it. So you got to celebrate what you accomplished. God gives us the ability to celebrate ourselves when nobody else do. We're worrying about who ain't looking at us and who's not doing this. Celebrate yourself. Say to yourself, Deborah, I'm with you. I'm proud of myself. Let that be a part of your affirmations. Let that be a part of your goal setting, that it's time to celebrate yourself even when there ain't nobody else celebrating you. Baby, I celebrate you today because I know that you're getting ready to walk into another place. I'm celebrating you because you don't have to wait till Sunday. I'm celebrating you that you ain't got to wait till Wednesday night Bible class. I'm celebrating you right now at this very second. I'm celebrating you at this very second. Why? Because if I don't celebrate you, this is the thing. I want everybody to take a moment and just look at you. This is what I said in class Monday night. And to those of you that did show up on Monday night, I appreciate you. For those that shared it, I appreciate you for sharing and encourage somebody else to attend the class because we had an amazing time. We had an amazing time on Monday night. But let me tell you something. I'm celebrating the fact that God gave us breath to even be there on Monday night. I'm just saying, are you celebrating the right things? Are you keeping yourself motivated for the right things? Because there's sometimes, baby, you ain't got nobody but you. People, places, and things can be temporary. But baby, you are going to be with yourself all the time. All the time. You got to learn how to celebrate you. You got to learn how to warm up your own self. You know, we take different cliches and we say different things all the time. All the time. Read your Bibles. Please do so. Please do so. There's a lot of information that God is downloading to us. However, if you never celebrate what God made you to be, you will never find celebration in somebody else. I'm telling you, there is affirmations after affirmations in the Bible that will tap into you, who you are. But if you're always wasting your energy on worrying about what somebody else ain't doing, or you worrying about all the time. I said this a couple of days ago. I don't care about certain things anymore. I don't. When you've gone through your storms of life and you don't see certain things like you want to see it, it's okay to say, I don't care. I close my eyes to the negative. I don't have time for negative people. I don't have time for negative situations. I got enough things happening in my own life. But baby, I celebrate me that I'm coming out of this. I'm celebrating where I'm going. Celebrate yourself on today. It's Wednesday warming. Warm up to your own self. Somebody sent me a message and said they like that fuzzy little thing that I had in the picture, in the posting, where that was actually the backside picture of a teddy bear that my grandsons had gave me maybe 2 years ago for my birthday. Ginger, don't be telling people. Don't tell them, Ginger, because Ginger, yeah, I'm coming out again, Ginger. Check this out. But the picture that I show with the little fuzzy, somebody says, so let's go like a really fuzzy, nice little blanket. It was a little fuzzy teddy bear that my grandsons gave to me for my birthday about 2 years ago. Let me tell y'all something. That little fuzzy bear, it hugs me when nobody else can hug me. When all of my grandsons they with their mamas or whatever, that little fuzzy teddy bear represents the love that they show me. See, this is a thing. Accept the love where you get it from. Ginger, I'm going to start saying, I'm going to start posting that again. I'm coming out. I'm coming out because I'm coming out to be positive about me. I'm coming out because I feel that there's a growth in me. I'm coming out because I got compassion for me. I ain't got to worry about what you got. But that little barrel that's in that picture, oh my God, he's warming. He's a comforter. See, it represents what God has purposed in my life. That God is my ultimate comforter. He puts me in that peace when I ain't got to pick up my phone. When you set boundaries and you say, look, this is my time to be on the phone. This is my time for texting. And outside of that, that's it. It's a wrap. I'm finished for the day. That's what you got to stick with. But baby, just to know that fuzzy little bird warms me up. What's your fuzzy bird look like? Are you waiting for it to be Tommy and Johnny over there or Sally and Susu? Hey, I'm telling you, ain't no better peace than the peace that you have that God gives. Because baby, I'm coming out. Ginger, Ginger, you make me want to dance now. I'm going to have to go back and listen to that. Why? Because at the end of the day, it's about that inner peace that you have. It's about seeing things on a different level and understanding that you're worth it. You are worth it. So every Wednesday, we're going to come back. We've been back for the last week, coming back with elevation moments. But I want to share this one piece of information with you just again so that you can go ahead and register for this weekend. We've got another event that's coming up. Y'all not going to want to miss it. It's going to be off the Chisai chain. Hold that thought. Just 1 second for me again, because I want you to make sure that you register. Yes, indeed. We are coming back. We want you to be a part of the class, the encore class on this coming Saturday at 12 o'clock. If you cannot be with us, let me just tell you that there's an opportunity that's coming up for the Beauty or the Beast masterclass. It is coming up in November. We will put that information out there so that you can start registering for that event. Can I tell you that coming in 2024, we are bringing back the Favor is Fair conference. We're having a meeting. We have set the date, and we have also gotten ready to have some information sent out. If you are interested, make sure that you when you see the flyer out there for vendors, and we accept all vendors. We're not limiting anybody. I'll take 2 of everything. I'll take 2 paparazzis. I'll take 2, whatever your business is in. But we are setting that up for you all to be able to do what you need to do as vendors. So we're setting that information up. We got some things that's coming up in 2024. We got the life coaching certification program that is started. It is in effect. We have everything mapped out for you. We have some facilitators that will be joining us on this journey with me, and I am super excited about that. But baby, let me just tell you, it's time for you. It's time for you to be empowered. It's time for you to be embraced. It's time for you to be educated, to be elevated, and not tolerated. It's time for you. It's time for you. Remember the 3S theory, and we will go in more detail in private group about the 3S theory. That is silence, strategic plan to show up. I tell you, it works. Ask my students. They apply it. They tell me that it works. I know it works. When you get silent, there's something happens when you be quiet. It's something happens when you get into a place of not talking to everybody. People don't understand it. People will walk away from you and they'll say you're acting funny and all of that. But when you get silent, it brings you to a place of understanding who you are. When you get to a place, number 2, of seeing that strategic plan that you and God sit down and do. And then you call a coach, the great coach, to help you implement it. Strategic planning is important. And the final S, for you to show up. For who to show? You and God. Well, let me rephrase that. God and you. When you apply those 3 principles right there, that right there alone will knock you into a whole nother level. All right, guys, I got to roll out. We'll see you next time. We'll see you tomorrow. Stay tuned and watch for those time frames because we're going to be posting those later today. But we'll be back tomorrow with another positive moment for you, an elevation moment that you can utilize to help you get to your next level. And guess what? Always be elevated and not tolerated. We'll see you.